What's going on, everybody? It is the Wolfman of Comedy coming back at you for another episode of Howling at Life, everybody. Hey, everybody, it's the Wolfman, Big Adrian, coming back at you. Hey, it is another episode of Howling at Life, and we're doing these weekly again, everybody. Can you believe it? Some people were asking for it, some people wanted it, so here we are. We're doing weekly podcasts again, y'all. So, hey, welcome to another episode of Howling at Life with your big guy over here, Big Adrian, the Wolfman of Comedy. Special guest coming into studio, or into shot, I guess you say. It is the spooky bitch, Lena. Haven't had her on here for a minute, y'all. So
ain't got rid of me yet.
Fuck. So hey, everybody, it's another episode right here. Frankie could not join us today. We were at the movies today, and he was just really tired. I don't know what happened, but it looks like he needed some rest. So I told Frankie, yo, Frankie, just go ahead, go home and do what you got to do, man. So that's what we did today. So other than that, Frankie, I hope you get some rest today, bro, and I'll see you next week. I'm hoping. Maybe not. I don't know. It's Mother's Day next week. So, shit. Mother's Day.
I forgot.
What we might do actually for next week, since Mother's Day is coming up, right? May 11th, I believe.
Yes.
May 11th. We might do a Saturday podcast.
Okay.
Let's get it done Saturday or Friday night. Maybe a Friday night podcast, a little bit, some. I'll talk to Frankie about it. See if we can get us all in here, do what we got to do. But we are doing these weekly again, everybody. So welcome to another episode with us. So a lot of stuff to talk about, a lot of reflection going on. I'm always reflecting, y'all, trying to get some awareness and stuff like that going on.
But first and foremost, may the 4th be with you.
Oh, may the 4th be with you. And watch out for Revenge of the 5th. Or as us Mexicans say, or actually not even Mexicans, I think it's more Caucasians, man. Cinco de Mayo, you know what I mean, coming up, so whatever. But beware of the 5th. Revenge of the 5th. So, we got a lot of stuff to discuss. You can always follow me on any of my social media. That's Big Adrian Lopez on Facebook. Big Adrian, all one word. Also on Instagram, I have 3 different Instagrams for 3 different reasons. Personal, tattoo, and comedy. Comedy is Big Adrian Comedy. Tattoos is Wolf Daddy L 714, or is a Wolf Daddy 714, and then Big Daddy L 714 is my personal, so you can always find me, comment, that kind of stuff on that aspect. All right, everybody? Thank you. So, a lot of people, a lot of stuff's been going on, man. A lot of reflection, a lot of things going on this week. Some movies that we've seen, things going on there. So we're going to kind of review some of that stuff as well. And we'll get into some topics going on. And we also will be reviewing a little bit of The Reign of Terror. That's right, everybody. It is that time for us sickos right here to go and check out Halloween Mazes already, man. Halfway to Halloween, stuff going on. So we're going to be reviewing some movies. We're going to be reviewing The Reign of Terror and topic and all that kind of good stuff. But before we do, let's go ahead and hear from Spooky Bitch. She hasn't been here for a minute. Hey, Spooky Bitch. Spooky Bitch, so how have you been? How's everything going with you lately? Just checking with people.
I have been tired.
Thank you. Thanks.
The end. No, just kidding. Just really busy, really trying to focus on getting stuff done the right way. So trying to get schedules, taken care of, trying to, stay on this eating healthy track. It is a lot of work. But I enjoy doing it. I wish I didn't have to do like a real job, because I do this all the time and be happy. Meal prepping, meal planning.
Fuck it, quit, dude. Fuck it.
I wish I could. I so wish I could. Let's not start on that part.
We're checking in. We're getting real with shit, dude. She just popped up some real shit. Go ahead. Wait a minute. What's going on with work and all that kind of good stuff?
I don't want to be there. I just don't want to be there. I get why people are the way they are now. Like other people in my position, other people who are in charge of other people. It is kind of like a thankless job, and my purpose is missing. I think that's why when I'm doing the food prepping and getting things ready and doing the calorie counts and all, like I know I'm making a difference. It's helping me, it's helping you, it's helping. And it helps me fulfill my purpose. And being at work, it's just like clocking in, clocking out, clocking in, like I don't care right now. I just don't care. But it sucks. But
look, I'm gonna give her an applaud for some honesty for sure. Welcome to the fucking club. From some other jobs that I've had before.
Yeah, it's different because I've always loved doing my job, especially at this company.
Well, and this is the thing, right? I think something that you kind of really didn't realize, and something that I had mentioned before, right? Spooky Bitch has always been like in big companies, big fucking nationwide companies, blah, blah. I haven't. I worked in treatments, I worked in certain facilities, and it's the only facility or whatever, so I worked at spots, right? I got this new job, which is going phenomenally well. I think I've already done 5 weeks at this new job. You know what I mean? I already ordered my new shoes. By the way, they delivered it, but they couldn't deliver it on Sunday, so they'll deliver it tomorrow. So I'm getting my new shoes tomorrow, damn it. But one of the things that I was talking with Spooky Bitch about, right, is like sometimes when you get perceptions, and that's the cool thing about this podcast, right? I get different people on here, we chop it up, whatever, blah, blah. You get the Wolfman, you get his fucking vibe, you get his style, but we get a lot of different people's perspectives, right? Because they're going through life, seeing things in different lights. Let's just put it that way, right? And
from another angle, because I'm short.
I totally fucking, and you're almost out of the shot, by the way. Hey, there you are. But I think that it's funny because me and my monster squad, right? We always are seeing or going through life in different ways, and so like everybody approaches it, like you said, at a different angle, right? Frankie does one way, Santino one way, Frito one way. We fucking missed that motherfucker. You, me, you know, all of us, we go through different angles of how we see life, and that's kind of just like, you know, everybody in general, right? So a lot of times when you get like your support or you get certain people, sometimes you will try to share with them or talk with them about like, man, I'm going through some shit. And some people in your corner might not understand what you're going through. It's weird though. A lot of us, we understand what we're going through in the Monster Squad because we've either been through it or currently going through it or just went through it. You know what I mean? So we get this like insight from each other.
We go through a lot of stuff at the same time.
At the same time. But I think that when I was talking to Spooky Bitch earlier, like I think it was the beginning of this year or like a month ago when I got this new job, she's used to being in big corporations. I'm not. So there's a lot of support. There's a lot of training. There's a lot of this. I'm not used to doing that. So I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing yet, but apparently I'm doing it because I'm getting paid.
And the whole time I'm like, yeah. Like it's like duh.
Yeah, because
but for me it's duh, but for him it's brand new.
Yeah, for me it's brand new. But now, like I've been always like, fuck these clients, man, fuck the shit, man. But she's like, no, it's fine, it's okay. Oh, how does Lily say that you wake up in the mornings? Oh. Good morning, yes, and whatever. And I'm like, it takes a lot of work before she gets there for sure. But one of the things that I was kind of mentioning to her is like now she's starting to feel like what I'm going through, so she's able to relate, right? But it's funny to see you finally going through that kind of shit.
I've realized I don't like being in charge of people.
Oh, there you go, right?
I would much rather be in charge of just myself.
Well, look.
I've done both in different places, different times of my life, and every time I just like being in charge of myself.
Well, and look, this is the thing. So another wonderful tidbit that happened. I have officially got done with my financial consultation for this new UMass Global for my Master's of Social Work, my second master's degree. And I will be meeting with my advisor this week, everybody. So we're rocking and rolling that process. But at some point, right, I'm going to be doing 2 years of schooling, a little over 2 years of schooling, and then I'm going to do 2 years of hours. So I got this 5-year plan. I've talked about this before, and then get my license. But the thing is, I might go private practice. And if I go private practice, maybe I might be able to start my own spot. And if I do, you could be the nutritionist for that shit.
I would love to do that.
Maybe you could rock and roll.
Go in a whole other direction in my career.
Because you got business management coming up. So you can we could actually do a therapy and wellness. Oh! kind of thing going on, right? Therapy with some fucking foods or some things and whatever. And we can go, oh my God, what a fucking great man. Oh my God.
And this is the only reason I haven't left my job is because they're paying for my school. So I got another about two and a half-ish, less than 2.5
I'll be done with my master's, so will you. Let's go rock and roll. Oh, you'll be done with your bachelor's. But the same thing, right? I mean, even with that, you can learn how to do a business with the wellness or whatever. I can figure out how to do some therapy. We can try to make something happen.
We can make this happen.
We can make it happen, right? So, but
yeah, Shane.
Yeah, Shane. So, But there's a lot of things been going on. I know that for me, I've been reflecting a lot. I've been making some changes and seeing some things and insights. But before we get into that, let's go into some movie reviews so we don't bum everybody out real quick, all right? So movie reviews are coming up right now. Got kind of deep and shit, like, you know, fuck my job. Fuck my job. I'm like, wait, hold on, that's for later. We're like fresh into this fucking podcast. She's like, I haven't been here for a while, but check this out. I'm like, okay, here's what it is. All right, so we saw a couple movies this week, right? And I tried to see another one with Frankie, but it just didn't happen. So Frankie, I hope you get some rest for sure. If anybody's seen a movie with Frankie, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. Anyways, we saw a couple movies. Now, what are the movies we saw? We saw Thunderbolts.
What the hell else did we see?
Did we see Sinners? Or was that the
we did see Sinners.
This week.
That wasn't this week. That was last week.
Last week. All right. So Sinners.
What did we see this week?
I don't know. I thought we went to the movies. No?
Yeah, I think so. I don't remember.
Whatever. But we did see Thunderbolts. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Thunderbolts, the new Marvel Studios movie. So just to let you fucking know, Thunderbolts, wow, what a great fucking flick. If you have not seen it, please go see it. Okay, now.
I am very critical of movies.
Right.
Because, like, it's Marvel, but they're trying to go in a different direction because all the other stuff has ended, whatever. I don't like to deviate from the originals. I like originals and leave it that way. So I went in, like, I don't even want to see it. It's not going to be good. Like, I just was not having it.
Which is weird that you say that, though, because I'm going to let everybody in on some shit since you're on the podcast, right? You like the original shit, but the new Fantastic Four that are coming out are like the originals.
Okay, but they're not.
They're literally
the first one they released.
No, I understand that, but they're literally like the original comic book reflection or whatever the hell's going on.
Released it first.
They didn't have the technology back then, or the actors. I'll be honest with you, but I just want to throw that out there just to give you some shit.
I have a whole different opinion on the whole Fantastic Four.
We'll get to that as well. So, Thunderbolts, your takes on the movie, because again, Thunderbolts is kind of like a side kind of a movie, and I am really particular about those. I don't like the side movies. I don't go to see them. I don't, whatever. I think one of the one side movies that we saw was like The Badlands or fucking, what was that one with Jamie Lee Curtis or some shit?
Was it Badlands? I think it was.
I don't know, but it fucking sucked. It fucking was horrible. And I don't really dig a lot of those, like the Marvels and all that bullshit, the female Marvel, blah, blah, blah. I don't like side stories, but this fucking movie. This shot out of the park for me, for sure. Out of the
park. Like fireworks every scene, damn near. It was so phenomenally good.
Okay, so what for you, where's your takeaway from phenomenally on this movie though?
The humor, the action just was like nonstop. Like from the beginning of the movie, it went and it kept going.
Okay, but let me stop you right there though, okay? Because the action it's throughout the movie, of course. If you've seen the previews, you get it. Well, there's a lot of shit going on. But the action made sense.
It made sense. It wasn't too much.
It wasn't like fucking way overly whatever. Like the action was placed when it was supposed to be in place. Not like, I have to open up a letter. Oh my God, I gotta get milk.
Yeah.
This one, it wasn't like that.
It was executed perfectly.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what different producers, directors, whoever does that, but whoever did this was like spot on. The humor was in the right places at the right times. And it was from people you wouldn't expect are supposed to be the funny, right? So if anybody's seen the previews, it's Red Guardian, played by David Harbour, right? From Stranger Things and the second Hellboy. Hopper.
Right. I haven't fucking seen it. But he's in there, hilarious. Every time he talks, it's either sentimental, it's fucking emotional, or it's fucking hilarious. Just his delivery is just fantastic. And then another girl, the young blonde girl,
Florence Pugh,
wouldn't expect her to be the comedy in the movie, right? Because she's more the roughneck,
it's like the subtle comedy, but because it's subtle, it hits.
Right, but the thing is, like when it was Black Widow and all that kind of shit, right? And she was like that sister. You was like, fuck this bitch, whatever. Mm-hmm. You wouldn't expect that it would come from her. Those two majorly. I mean, everybody has a little bit of humor in it, right? All the actors and the anti-heroes and whatever is in it, they have like kind of bits and pieces of it for sure. But you wouldn't expect them to like carry the comedy in the movie. And that was a great difference and surprise with it for sure for me. Again, the action made sense. There wasn't like, I'm just going to walk over here and do fucking cartwheels while I'm doing some shit.
But then they were able to throw in like some very deep sentimental stuff, but it didn't really come off like as a heartfelt moment. Like you wouldn't expect it, but then there's some scenes in there where they're just like, you know, the scene's playing out and I just started bawling.
Well, normally whenever I go with my Monster Squad or wherever I go to the movies with Wright and the kids or whatever, usually there's parts that kind of touch me and I get sentimental and I start fucking like tearing up, and I always have to do this like look at everybody to make sure they're like feeling the same shit, because I don't want to be the only motherfucker like be like, are you guys getting this shit? And I started tearing up in the first part of the movie and I started kind of crying. I was like, oh my God, I didn't expect this movie to have some sentiment to it, right? There's a couple scenes that are just like, fuck, dude, like that's crazy, right? And so I look over at Spooky Bitch and I'm like, and I just, she doesn't say shit, but I just see the water. And then she starts going like this, and she has her glasses, so that's a fucking, you know, she's hiding some shit. And so I made sure that I looked over first before I'm like, you crying? Yeah. All right, cool, me too. It's okay to do.
Like, there was a point I was crying so much I had to wipe my neck because there was just so much coming down. But it hit, like, so right. Like, if you just pay attention, you'll know you felt like that before.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, you have to see it because there's a battle, but it's not like an action battle. It's more like an internal. It's an internal battle.
It hits so like.
Right.
It was like I get it.
Yeah,
you get it.
Which is weird because we're going to kind of talk about that today for our topics about internal battles a little bit, right? I mean, we've kind of touched on some topics that kind of skated on it, but we're really going to talk about it today. But yeah, great movie. Also, you got to stay for the two trailers, two little tidbits at the end.
After the end of everything.
No. But right after the movie, there's a little tidbit, hilarious little tidbit with David Harbour doing a little, you know, excerpt, little, you know, whatever. But you got to stay until the end of the credits because there's another, and this is apparently what I've heard, the longest little tidbit, extra scene or whatever in a movie. It's like 2.5 minutes. And it connects to another movie. I don't want to say anything, but it connects to another movie. So, for me, I actually went to go see it again. Like I said with Frankie. Frankie just wasn't kind of feeling it or whatever was going on with him. I don't know. But like I said, Frankie, get some sleep, motherfucker.
It's one that's worth watching again.
I did. And it was great to see it. So I was pleasantly surprised for sure. So go see it. Thunderbolts. Go check it out. See what you tell me in the comments. If you see it, leave me a comment and let me know what you thought, all right? And now, so fucking cheesy. The sound effect. We got to go back to the Reign of Terror, halfway to Halloween event. So I did like the Reign. I know it's so cheesy with the sound effects, but it's okay. They're my sound effects, and I don't give a fuck.
I like cheesy.
Cheesy is good. So we went to the Reign of Terror, halfway to Halloween event down in Thousand Oaks. It was literally last night.
2 days only. The halfway mark to Halloween's 2-day event. They do it every year. Right.
And it's always good to go back. I kind of always remember shit, but I always forget shit at the same time. You know what I mean? It's familiar, but it's not, whatever. So we go about twice or 3 times a year, depending if they have a whole Christmas one. So we went and they kind of changed up some things, right? And they have a new character in there, a new little rooms or whatever. We got actually merch from that and stuff like that, right? So that's kind of cool. Can't wait to support that for sure. So that's kind of popping off. So thoughts about Reign of Terror. Now, if you haven't gone, always what I tell y'all, please go in with a childlike mind. Go in there to get scared. Go in there to fucking have some fun, because if you don't, you're fucking doing this whole life thing wrong. You know what I mean? Just have some fun. You know, stop being a fucking adult for a minute. Just fucking let your head be a kid for a while. So we went, but they grouped us with 2 people. A very tall dude and a very short chick. They're kind of older or whatever. And it just seemed like these people live in Halloween land all the time. Like nothing fazed them, I guess, whatever. And I was trying to kind of like, hey, bro, huh, right? And it just, nothing was happening, man. Just nothing. And I could connect with people pretty good. I liked some of the new stuff that they put in.
Yeah.
And changed it up and made it a little fresh. There's a couple of jump scares that we got, even though like we've been through this fucker like many fucking times before.
Every time in the same spots, like we don't know what's coming. We know it's coming, and it still scares us every single fucking
Well, when
time.
we were going through them, so what it is, Reign of Terror, nobody knows, and this is your first podcast, go listen to other podcasts. We're even on Spotify. There's a few shows that are on Spotify audio, but we're a lot on YouTube. But this is the thing. When we went to Reign of Terror this time around, I kind of knew where some of the things were. So I was like, I know that. You didn't get, but then they still got me. Like, you know what I mean? Even though I was used to it.
Like you walk in the room, you're like, okay, I know what's gonna happen, and then you're waiting for it to happen, and then when it happens, it still scares the shit out of you.
Yeah.
I'm like, are we stupid? Or?
So a couple, kind of. So a couple things with Reign of Terror this time around that I really did enjoy. It wasn't a long line, right? Because normally during the Halloween season, the lines are just fucking just long as hell. So it wasn't a long line. It was pretty cool. It was just great to be back in the vibe. If anybody's a Halloween freak like we are, it was cool to just smell the fog machine. Just to see the skeletons, just to see the stuff. If anybody's following my social media, you'll see that I posted some pics. But it was cool just to kind of see and get back into the vibe of certain things. Because this year we're not going to concerts, we're not going to fucking any Halloween conventions, whatever. And we're doing well. We're almost halfway done with the year, and we're doing well. So you know, a couple more months and we're halfway. Or actually, one more month, a month and a half, and we'll be halfway done. So not bad, not bad.
We're surviving.
But I think that I like the fact that the lines were not long, and we got personal with some of the scare actors. They were Ricky, they were nice. Ricky, the janitor. I totally forgot to tell him that I was gonna be a janitor or some shit.
He said he was looking for help, and of course he came to the Mexican.
Yeah, of course Mexican, the one that's not deported. So that's great. So it was good because the lines weren't long. I'm glad it wasn't rainy, even though we had a little wet, a little chilly. Out there, a little cold, but it was good to get in there and get the scares and stuff like that. It was actually cool. They changed up a few little things to kind of make it new and interesting. A lot of familiar, but again, we don't go there like every weekend, so we're not like, hey, like we know everything. But it was cool. I like the new merch that they came out with as well.
I like the new merch. I got some cool pins for my lanyard that when I do go to the office, like it's.
Well, you finally got a zip up hoodie. I got a bigger shirt. I'm just like, give me the bit 5X. Fuck it, it's gonna shrink. I don't give a fuck.
You know what though? This my thing this time around. I realize the older I get, the more scared I get.
Yeah.
And there was times I told him to go first. Because I usually end up going first.
Well, okay, but let's get real. We got grouped with a couple. So it was the small little old chick, and then it was a tall motherfucker. Then it was me. Then it was her.
And I was actually waiting because when they would get to that part in the middle where the guy talks shit, they usually come scan me and tell me to get to the front. So
but he scanned me this time, and I was like, "Fuck, I don't want to go first, bro."
But I realized I don't like being in the back more than I don't like being in the front.
Why though?
I didn't know this going in. I didn't realize it until after we left. But every time I kept pushing him. I kept pushing you.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you right now, we've been trying to work out like way more than we should. We worked out yesterday morning. Did a 50-minute fucking exercise. Me and Spooky Bitch were getting it right in the pool and all that kind of shit. And I was like, fuck it, because I used to do Aquafit instruction at Choose Fitness. We got Choose Fitness passes again. So I'm like, hey, let's get in the pool. Let's do like 50 minutes and let's go. Fuck it, right? So we did it. And I'm like, oh yeah, jacuzzi, yeah, cool, right, cool. And and then I tattooed and whatever. And then it was like, all right, no problem. Got a little nap in, got ready, got some food, hit it up there, whatever. And then like I had to pee while they were in line because it's so damn fucking cold. I run to the bathroom, I can feel my legs cramping in the fucking cold.
Because I had to run after that.
So no fucking lie. Not only like when you get older do you get more things pop up, but also you start realizing shit with your body, motherfucker. My body's like, we ain't a running body right now, dog, right? So fuck that. So I started noticing a lot of that kind of stuff there. So my legs are already cramping. They're already hurting from like an hour, pretty much 50 minutes of working out in the morning, tattooing like, for a few hours, fucking jogging to the bathroom and back real quick so I could get back in line. And then she's like,
and I'm pushing him from
I'm like, what are you doing?
Because I didn't want to be left in the room by myself where something else would come back out and scare me again. So I'm like, and I didn't realize it's probably like the third time I did it.
Which is funny though, all right? Because she's saying this bullshit. And when I was trying to slow the fuck down, I was telling her, I said, hold on, because I wanted to separate from the other people so we can have just me and her go through the room. She goes, what are you stopping for? Sorry. Jesus, man.
Let me go first. Just let me think, no.
I was like, no, dude, you're in the back. Fuck it, just roll it, man.
I realized, I've always kind of had this feeling, like my entire life, like I always felt like in a past life, I got stabbed in the back or something.
Yeah, she starts bringing up some weird shit, like, my past life.
But I've always felt like that. But like, I realized, like, I don't like not knowing what's behind me. But at sometimes I don't want to look and see what's behind me either, because I don't want to get scared. So it's like rock and hard place.
Okay, so
which is why I was pushing.
So can I just fucking tell you this shit? This shit was hilarious. I would look back to make sure she was there, she was okay, because she was sweating. Oh, fucking sweating nasty.
Like, literally,
like drenched. She goes, I'm sweating. I go, really? And I went like this. I went, oh, shit. It was nasty. It was just fucking nasty as fuck. Anyways, so I would always check to make sure she was back there and stuff like that, right? And so one of the things that I was doing was checking on her and seeing what's going on. But at the same time, sometimes I would check on her when we'd go through a room, and I noticed there was people coming back up behind her, and I wasn't saying shit.
See, yeah, exactly why I didn't want to be the last one in the back so they could scare me. No.
Yeah, it was great. So,
I felt more scared this time than any other time.
Weird.
And there was less actors in there because it's like just a halfway. It's not like Halloween season.
Yeah, it's not packed. It's not packed.
So it's like I'm like the older I get, the more scared I get.
Weird.
So, yeah.
Very weird. But Rated Terror, if you have a chance, this Halloween season coming up in September, October, I think they start doing September, October, right?
It's
all the way to November.
Reasonably priced.
Very reasonably priced. It is far, but it is a 42 room maze, 42, 43 room maze that you go through.
I want to say they said 125,000 square feet or something.
It's big for sure. But if you have a chance to go this Halloween season, they started in September all the way to the first weekend of November, I believe.
I think so, yeah.
Please go. It's a good little time. Again, if you're gonna drive that far and go there, don't be a Grinch. Don't be fucking miserly and miserly and all that bullshit. Go and have a good time. Go get scared. Rated Terror. Check it out, their website. All right, everybody. I like how you have a stance and it's totally bullshit. I don't know an appointment, but I'm like, shut up. So anyways, all right, y'all. So let's get into the topic a little bit. Stuff going on. We got some reviews, that thing going on. I know that I'm going to be starting school, I believe, in end of June. But I'm still going to be doing these podcasts. I know there's a couple movies I want to do this year for sure. Now, I need to do some more open mic nights. I figured that out. So
you really got to get back out.
Yeah, I do. So I'm going to try to see where I can start videotaping some of this. So anybody that on YouTube, you will be seeing some of that footage of some open mic nights coming up, hopefully in the next couple weeks. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do it this month. I might start next month because we have the graduation and everything going on. But we'll see what happens, y'all. But just be on the lookout for the upcoming short films and any comedy that's going on coming up. So I'm gonna try to get out there and do what I gotta do. So just a kind of disclaimer, just be on the lookout on YouTube, all right, everybody? And if you have not done so yet, please like and subscribe to Big Adrian the Wolfman of Comedy on YouTube so you can get all the stuff going on. Man, I got moves going on. I'm just like, the shirt's not, the shirt is fucked up. So anyways, just some stuff going on there, y'all. Just be on the lookout for some new stuff from me, all right? So, but I like what you were saying about the movie, right? Thunderbolts, because this is something that I was kind of dealing with this week, as we're going to be kind of talking about the internal battles that some of us go through. Now, if a lot of y'all don't know, May is Mental Health Awareness Month. My new job, I deal with a lot of mental health members. And, you know, it's kind of a soft spot of my heart for sure, dealing with this type of population and stuff like that. I know that for me, I have learned with my own depression and anxiety and stuff like that, that, you know, mental health is something to really look at. But I think the fact is, you know, we have to really look at those internal battles. A lot of the internal battles are usually mental. I mean, don't get me wrong, we have some emotional things and some traumas in the past, some hurt and stuff like that. But I think that, you know, this being May Mental Health Awareness Month, I ended up going to a convention that was dealing with mental health awareness and stuff like that a couple weeks ago. No, it was not this Friday past, but the Friday before. Mm-hmm. And there was tons of people there, over 700 people there that work in the field, from licensed social workers to psychologists to therapists to counselors, whatever. And, you know, a lot of people were talking about mental health and awareness and, you know, the reasons to be able to, you know, just be more aware, because mental health issues are popping up lately more. Suicidal ideations and things like that. And depression, anxiety, and you know, bipolars and schizophrenia and all kind of stuff going on. But in the movie The Thunderbolts, right, there was a character in there that he was dealing with his own internal deal. Funny thing about it, when I went to go re-see it with Frankie, I really was watching it. But I noticed that character, there was more signs that we didn't realize, because of course there's some certain things that he was phrasing, certain ways that he was talking down on himself. There are certain signs that kind of come up. when it deals with mental health issues or maybe even self-worth or self-esteem issues, right? So I noticed that in this movie this time, when that character was talking, there was a lot of downgrading himself. There was a lot of talking down on himself. So there are a lot of different signs. So I kind of wanted to look at, you know, the importance of looking at some of these signs when you're dealing with some internal battles. So that's kind of like the topic I want to get today, y'all. So that's what we're going to cover. And again, it just happens that it was in the movie. It happens that I work in that field, and it happens that, you know, this month is the right time to do this. So I think it's really cool.
There's still like such a stigma with it too. Like people that don't want to talk about mental health or admit to, you know, having negative feelings like that, because there's, for whatever reason, there's still such a stigma that it's like a weakness or whatever. And I think people, like, I'm glad that there's a month for it now, because it's a big deal. It's a big deal.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for Mexicans to get their own month or some bullshit, because we don't have one yet, or a holiday. Fuckers, don't say Cinco de Mayo is one of our holidays. We don't have a day off. It's not a federal shit.
We have 2 days.
Bullshit.
In September.
Feliz Navidad and Feliz Navidad.
15th and 16th.
Bullshit. We don't take the days off for that, so it's not a holiday. So let's get real. But there is a month for mental health awareness, and I think the thing is that there's some signs that we need to look out for. First of all, I kind of want to be able to look at this in a clinical way for a little bit. I'll try to add some information for y'all because I think it's very important to understand this. Now, part of the thing is, first of all, you mentioned about there being a stigma, right? That's a judgment or bias or some kind of issue that we're like, it's not that big of a deal. Honestly, all of us have dealt with some kind of mental health issue at some point. I'm not saying you're diagnosed, but all of us have dealt with anxiety or some kind of depression, low self-worth. Maybe you thought of suicide before.
And it's not a weakness. It's just we're
no, but it's not just, and it's a weakness though, right? The thing is, a lot of us don't understand that there's some signs, or we might not realize, because when you look at mental health, and this is something that I realize, right, for a lot of us, it's just the health of your mind, the way that you're thinking, right? It's the wellness of your thinking, okay? It doesn't mean you have to be schizophrenic and you have to be seeing hallucinations and shit like that.
Yeah.
That's the major judgment, right? And that's something that even myself, I was like, you know, I don't know. But working in the field, especially in the last job that I worked with a lot of people that substance abuse as well as mental health, and now it's more mental health, even though I'm the substance abuse counselor. I've noticed that I'm like, okay, I've had to look at my own, and a lot of the trainings tell me this too, that they've had for the work. You kind of have to look at your own stigmas, your own judgments, your own this. So I realized that mental health comes in a lot of different forms. That's the fucking issue, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay? Part of the thing is, just because you're not diagnosed or you're not on medication doesn't mean you might not be lugging around some fucking baggage, though, right? All of us have had some baggage because all of us have lived some lives. When we were out at Norm's, actually, last night after Reign of Terror, you were telling me about your past, right? And you're like, when I was a bartender, I said, well, fucking tell me what's going on, right? Kind of a deal. But a lot of us have dealt with things in our past that probably kind of we still carry, right? So even though that we're carrying it and we still kind of move forward in our lives and we're still kind of taking care of fucking responsibilities, we might not realize that we have some of this shit. We call it baggage usually. You know what I mean? Shit's in your trunk or whatever, your storage unit, your shitty committee, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But a lot of us don't realize that you have some stuff that's still in there, right? Because we're still, like I said, just trying to move forward, you know, fuck it, out of sight, out of mind. But the problem is your mind's really tricky though, right? Your mind will store some shit, okay? And you won't realize this. So I'll ask Spooky Bitch this question and then I'll kind of like, you know, chime in on this a little bit. Have there ever been times where you have felt less than?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, can you give it an example?
Sometimes daily, honestly.
Okay. I'm sorry.
But
fuck my bad, I'm trying, bro.
The thing is, it doesn't have anything to do with anybody else but me.
All right.
It's solely based on my own vision and view of myself.
Okay. Okay.
It's not me. It's not. Well, I guess it is in a sense me comparing myself to other people, but it's not anything that anybody else has done to or for me. It's purely me.
Okay. So one of the things, and this is how we're going to kind of do this, right? So one of the things that I'm going to let y'all know, and this is a very good sign, when you're always negative or you're always down yourself or you feel like you're not good enough, right? That's one of the major signs that you can kind of see that you might be lugging some shit, right? I don't know why I did that, but fuck it. I just had to do some kind of a sound effect, right? Because a lot of us, like you said it, some of us, we do some comparison stuff. You know, we're not good enough or we haven't reached a certain goal or I should be. Right. So what it does, it starts to put a negative, I call it a script, right? It's the way that you kind of see yourself, the way that you're talking to yourself, that internal dialogue a lot of us have. You might be joking about it, but you might not realize that you're fucking talking down to yourself. When I first started doing comedy...
There's a little truth to every joke.
Well, yeah. When I first started doing comedy, that's one of the things that I realized is that a lot of my jokes were talking down on myself. And I was like, well, I'm getting a laugh. Cool, blah, blah, blah. But then I started realizing, after so many shows, I started believing the joke, though. You're right? I started believing what's going on. And then I read this quote about Bruce Lee, I think. He's the one that said it. He goes, words are very powerful, even when you talk down to yourself, or something like that, some kind of variation of that. And so I stopped doing it, right? I stopped doing it for a while. I was just doing jokes about my fucking perspective and whatever and what I see. So a lot of times if I talk shit, it's not like my whole comedy set's about that anymore, right? I throw in like punches a little bit, but like my whole routine was talking down to myself. Part of the problem is I love the adrenaline when I was performing. But at the same time, when I got off stage, I still was believing this shit. And I was like, I think this is how people see me. I think other people see me. How many times have I told you, I see a big fat motherfucker, right? And I always say, I feel like I look like that motherfucker.
I can't even say shit because I say
yeah, you say the same shit. So stop bullshitting, right? But that comparison thing will fuck you off. So some of y'all might feel like you're not in a good enough job or you haven't done this, whatever. Fuck, I'm going to school for my second master's, y'all. You know what I mean? So stop bullshitting. If you can't do it, it's because you ain't fucking wanting to do it. You don't want to better yourself. But the thing is, we can get really familiar with comparing ourselves or not feeling good enough. That might be a very big sign that you got an extra, especially if it's repetitive. And you said like daily. It doesn't have to be the whole fucking day, but if, you know, you get a couple thoughts,
in there.
a couple thoughts throughout your day, right? You might want to check your shit for sure. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So let me tell you this. Have you ever, and this is, I'll give me a cheer for that, 'cause that's some good shit. All right, so the next one, right? So let me ask you, Spooky Bitch. Have you ever felt that, like, have you ever been, like, felt like you had an emotional or mental something, like a thought or something with you that, like, it didn't go away after a day? It kind of, like, day after day, it kind of stuck with you. Whether it was, like, a depression, an anxiety, a fear, something.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've had moments.
Okay. So part of the thing for some of us that you don't understand, and I said this before, you might be lugging around shit longer than you need to, right? Whether it's a trauma, a pain, or something, maybe you need to talk to somebody and it's just uncomfortable and you're like, and you keep putting it off, right? Some of us are great procrastinators. Some of us are great fucking people to fucking not really like face some shit.
It'll be okay.
Nah, I'll do it next week, bro. It's not a big deal, whatever. Okay, so part of the aspect goes on though, when you start doing that with yourself though, okay? You're not trying to improve yourself, you're getting stagnant, you're getting complacent. And it's a repetitive deal where you're kind of feeling like you're in a rut or a muck. A lot of us have gotten in a rut before. Part of the problem is when they start latching on not only days, but weeks and now months and years and then. Okay, that's a sign of some shit that you're not trying to improve self because you might not feel worthy of doing it, right? You're comfortable being level 1 and you're okay, but you don't want to be level 1 though, right? So there's that where that internal battle kicks in.
That rock and hard place.
Kind of a deal. But the problem is, this is my rock, this is my hard place. Where you're fucked is in your fucking head, right? So part of the thing, like I was talking about before I got this job, and I think I mentioned it on the podcast, right? I kind of felt like, man, I couldn't get forward. I switched jobs and I was like, oh, I'm good. Whatever. I was kind of like, I was same fucking job, but different companies. But I was like, I'm not getting what the fuck I wanted. Until I got this job, and now I kind of feel like I'm getting a little more comfortable, but I'm like, oh, this is what I was missing. Got it. All right, I needed something like a little different, a little population, whatever. Maybe something to challenge me, right?
And also people that are
supportive and really grateful, right?
And listening.
But I think the thing is, a lot of times for us, we start getting complacent and we start getting like comfortable, right? Because we're not challenged, okay? The only way that we grow, that we evolve, that shit moves forward is because there's a challenge going on, all right? Think about it. If you've ever played fucking a video game and you beat the big boss or the boss of that level and you're like, yeah, dog, you fucking, I'm the shit, bro, or whatever, right? It's because you got challenged and you were able to find an accomplishment. It's not because you're not challenged. It's because the challenge comes afterwards once you complete it with an accomplishment. Us as humans need an accomplishment. I need to know that I did something. I need to know that I completed something. I just rearranged the fucking bedroom today. I'm like, hey, the bedroom's nice, huh? Yeah, it's nice. It's so nice, isn't it? It's nice. It's nice. But for the reason is, I got off my ass, right, this morning, and I was like, I got to do something. And then after that, I went to the movies and came back, blah, 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 and took a nap and all that shit. But some of us, just think about it. Haven't you ever felt accomplished when you just cleaned your room or cleaned your house or you fucking cooked a dinner or did something with grocery shopped? You know what I mean? You're like, I got groceries for the week or the month, motherfucker. And then you're like, I'm going to order pizza. I don't want to cook or whatever. It always happens, right? I get accomplishment when I just take out the trash to the fucking curb. Even though I took everybody's trash cans out. You know, we have other fucking people already, but I took everybody's trash cans out. But that sense of accomplishment is something that's very necessary. When you stop lacking and you stop having that sense of accomplishment, you start feeling like you're in a rut. You start feeling complacent. You start feeling comfortable in this muck that we go through. So sometimes just challenging yourself, find a new fucking hobby, do something fun. Even trying to rearrange your schedule and trying to figure out, like, I'm hitting the gym now. I'm the second master's is going to come up. Trying to figure out where to fucking do some open mics and
do the things that make you uncomfortable.
But not only that though, but find the time to do it, right? Because some of us, we don't allow ourselves open time of trying to figure out the time schedule to allow that sense of accomplishment or the sense of fucking getting through another day. Because let's get real, some of us are just waiting to, tomorrow's Monday. Who gives a fuck? It's another day, right? How through the fucking week, how through fucking Wednesday, get to fucking Friday. I'm like, it's Friday. Right? Thank God it's Friday. I always tell everybody that. Thank God it's Friday. But the same thing, if you're only looking for Friday just to fucking not do nothing, right? And there's no sense of accomplishment, there's no fun, there's nothing going on, you're going to feel like your life sucks. So that's another thing that you can kind of see is that fucking with your mindset, right? Because you're not having that sense of accomplishment. Like I said, once I do like a chore, I get up, even after a workout, right? We got a workout in, and I'm like, yeah, man. Then we're sore for 2 days after, like, fuck. But I felt like I did something, right? That sense like I feel like I'm doing something is very, very positive for your mental health. Trust me, when I work with my clients, I work with my members, we always set these little goals to shoot for. I'm like, what do you want to do? I want to get through today. I want to get through my appointment. I want to get to this. Cool. Those little accomplishments mean a fucking lot. Trust and believe, right? Okay. Now, let me ask you. Have you ever, and again, I'm going to ask Spooky Bitch this question. Spooky Bitch, have you ever gotten so anxious that your body started fucking like acting weird on you?
Yeah.
Okay, give me an example.
Oh, shit.
Like, did you over fucking eat? Did you over fucking like you're sweating more? Did you fucking over nicotine? Like, what, were you agitated?
This is what led to my drinking problem. Like, my lifetime of it.
The more you know.
all of that led to my drinking problem.
I didn't have to clap, so that's what you got.
This is why I'm an alcoholic.
The more I know. So anyways, go ahead.
It's the bullshit that was in my head that I didn't want to deal with. It was the mental part of it that I didn't want to deal with. It was emotional that I didn't want to deal with, and just pushed it all aside and shoved it all down into a bottle. Look,
the reason why I was asking this question is because I've dealt with anxiety, I've dealt with depression, all that kind of stuff, suicidal ideations, all that kind of shit, right? And so, and a lot of us do, but I'm honest about it. I'll let y'all know. Okay, now this is the thing. When you look at anxiety, you look at stuff, I'm glad you brought this up. Whenever you think that there's too much going on and the wellness of your mental, again, you don't have to fucking have a diagnosis to be unwell mentally, all right? I'm gonna let you know right now. Now, part of the thing is, though, think of your mind like a storage unit, okay? There's tons of shit in there, okay? There's tons of furniture, there's tons of past, there's tons of fucking shit you're trying to forget, which is way the fuck in the back of the storage unit. It's dusty, it's this and that, fucking whatever. And there's only so much room for that shit to be in there. Now, you go through every day and there are new experiences, do this, and you try to cram the new experiences in that storage unit, even though the storage unit is full. So that's what creates fucking anxiety and worry and fear and agitation and all that shit, because there's no room, okay? So part of the thing I'm gonna let you know that if you're starting to get more anxious, you're starting to fucking do more impulsive behaviors, you're starting to fucking be more cranky for no fucking reason, right? You're having every fucking morning's a bad day. I need my coffee. No, you don't, bitch. You need to get laid. You know.
Probably.
There might be too much stuff in your storage unit, all right? There might be too much stuff in here because, every day is another day, right? There's an old Japanese proverb, I think, that says, empty your cup every day. It talks about that because they know you only have so much space up in this motherfucker. Empty it at the end of the night. Let yourself unwind, dump it, because the next day it's gonna fill up no matter if you want it to or not. Let's get real, okay? So part of the thing is, if you start fucking overeating over this, your body starts reacting, you start getting a little agitated, and you start getting a little more hot or fucking you fidgety or whatever the fuck's going on, that means that storage unit's too full, and it's telling you, your body's telling you, hey, you need to check this shit out, all right? So I'm gonna let you know, some people will do certain things. They'll drink too much, they'll fucking use drugs, they'll fucking over nicotine, over sex, impulsive fucking dating, fucking, you know, I've been there, done that, dog, right? They'll binge watch, and you're just there, I'm binge watching. But if you're doing it repeatedly, don't get me wrong, like I binge watch here and there, but at the same time, like when I used to binge watch just repeatedly and repeatedly and repeatedly, I was just starting to drift off and shit. And even Netflix will tell you, hey dude, are you still watching? Like, is it time to turn this fucker off, dog? Fuck, right?
You know what's funny though? Like, people, we overdo stuff a lot, right? And I'm an emotional eater. I want to eat my feelings from time to time. I do not understand the people who don't eat. You have to. It boggles my mind, like the people when they're not emotional eaters and they're not filling that void. And maybe just because it's not my.
No. But you bring up a good point, right? Because it's not just overeating; you could undereat. That is also another one. We're like, I only eat one meal a day.
Like, how? When I'm emotional, I want to eat everything.
Well, again, you're trying to cram shit in your storage unit, right? But also what you do is you're trying to cram shit emotionally. So you'll stuff shit. Because even this fucking storage unit right here, right? It's only got so much space. But we're talking about this month for sure. But some people will undereat. Some people will isolate. Some people will fucking, you know, it'll be hard for them to fucking really laugh or smile throughout their day or find something positive with it or some bullshit. These are other fucking signs that you're carrying too much shit in your fucking storage unit, man. You know what I mean? Or I'm going to give you another one, right? I don't know if you've heard this, but you probably have because we've talked and we know some of the same people. Have you ever had somebody that wants to open up and they're like, oh, never mind.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Ah, there it is. There's some stuff in here.
It's like trying to peek its way out.
Well, look. It's like a storage unit, right? And what you do is they finally open the door and they went, never mind. Because they were about to take some shit out and then they fucking close or redirect the conversation. Yep. That's a sign there's too much shit in the storage unit. Because they were going to start fucking opening up. They were going to start fucking getting shit out. I just had a good cry last week, man. I was at one of my meetings and I had a good cry. And then I kind of needed that because I was kind of, even Monday, because, you know, this last weekend I had a conversation with my folks and stuff like that. And it was like, you know, like, oh shit, you know, talking about their last plans of, you know, once they pass away. And it was very emotional, but I didn't have a chance to feel it. I went into Monday. Monday, I was at all-day training, and I swear to God, my vision started getting blurry, which is another sign, right? Because I'm holding on to shit, and I'm just like, and I can feel my jaw, and I was tense, but I was like, nah, I'm fine. And when it hurts to smile and shit, there's way too much stuff going on here. Also, your sleep will get fucked up, okay? Because my sleep was fucked up this week. Yeah. That's why I was like, I need to clean the room. I need to fucking a fresh start. Well, I'm going to cut my hair after this motherfucker. I'm going to fucking fade the fuck out of this thing. Because the thing is, I know when I'm in a funk, I let all my shit get shaggy back here. And I get hot.
Yeah, we let ourselves go.
We let ourselves go, so our self-care goes out of the fucking window. We're not fucking doing shit on ourselves. Exactly. We eat shitty, we act shitty, we are shitty, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do, right? We just like slump around, fucking on the thing, and all that bullshit. So part of the thing that I'm gonna let y'all know is there's certain signs that are going on that you might have a lot of shit in your fucking storage unit. A lot of shit in your storage unit still, right? And we're talking about that mind. You might be lugging that shit around. I'll be honest with you. Some of y'all, if you're listening to this podcast, think about some of the stuff that we said, some of the stuff that we're kind of throwing out here, right? Think about that this week and kind of look at a little bit of those signs. Maybe you're going through some shit more than you know. Maybe you're carrying too much shit. Have you ever been stressed out because you were trying to fucking handle everything?
Oh my God. That's
boom!
My life.
Boom. Oh, fuck, I'm sorry.
My previous life.
Thank you. Some of us, we have so many responsibilities on our plate. It feels like you don't have enough hours. Have you ever said that you don't have enough hours in the day? Have you ever been fucking tired throughout your day? Have you ever fucking felt like even though you slept a full night, you still didn't get the right fucking sleep? There's a lot of fucking signs that are telling you what the fuck's going on, right? So some of these things, have you ever had problem, either you piss too much, don't piss enough, don't shit enough, whatever. Your body's even telling you some shit because your mind's too fucking stuck. But especially if you're dealing with responsibilities as a parent, a single parent, and fucking just somebody just in life in general, man. If you're trying to deal with so many responsibilities and you have all that weight on your shoulders, where do you think it's going on? I have to, all that shit. What it's doing is it's clogging your fucking storage unit, right? And you're going to start acting like that storage unit is fucking clogged, okay? So I know a lot of people that they're very busy, but they don't do shit, right? It's one of the things I always tell people. If you're going to be busy, be productive. Don't just be busy, be productive, right? And so part of the thing that I always tell people is, look, It doesn't take that long to check in with yourself, right? I'm gonna tell you right now, unplug for 20 minutes, unplug for 30 minutes, right? Turn off your phone, be somewhere away from everybody or whatever the fuck you can that you're used to, and just be with yourself. You know, you don't have to do it all in one shot. Give yourself 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes afternoon, 10 minutes in the evening. You will know if there's a lot of shit going on. Have you ever been to a point where you sat down, Spooky Bitch, and you almost like your head couldn't shut the fuck off?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Right? You ever got headaches because of that?
Oh, all the time. But there's also like, it's also a sign if you are trying to sit with yourself and you just can't.
There
like
you go.
That's another sign, because there was a point in my life when I could not be in the car in silence.
Yeah.
Like there had to be some kind of radio, music, noise, something. And now, like, sometimes that's like how I drive to work, and that's okay, and I'm okay with it, I need the calm, maybe the calm before the storm.
Well, that's why sometimes when I take my 3-wheel motorcycle right to work, I don't have the phone on because I can't. It's the phone holder's there, and I'm not listening to radio. It's just me and the road. I'm with myself. I hear so much shit going on in my helmet, man. Right? I hear not just the road, but like what the storage unit's trying to tell me, right? So I'm trying to let everybody know, man. If it take some time throughout this week. Just 10, 20, and then 30 minutes, right? Try to listen what the hell's going on. It will tell you what's cracking. If you can't get a fucking moment of peace, something's trying to tell you the storage unit's too full. If you can't fucking enjoy your days, something's telling you the storage unit's too full. If you are fucking going through some fucked up shit and you just can't feel like there's enough hours in the motherfucking day, your storage unit, your storage unit might be, I did this shit, I was like, oh shit. Your storage unit might be too full. If you're always agitated, if you're always something, and you're fucking miserable like a motherfucker constantly, your storage unit is way the fuck too full. I'm telling you right fucking now, right? And I know from personal experience, and the reason why I'm saying is I want y'all to keep listening, and I want more fucking subscribers. So I didn't know, we give a shit, right? We give a shit. Wolfman gives a shit. Monster Squad, we give a shit about y'all, man. So take some time this week to be able to check this out. We're going to kind of cover some more of this shit kind of throughout this month, going on. Now we're back every week, you know what I mean? But hey, take some time this week to kind of get yourselves all, just check in with yourself, man. You know what I mean? It doesn't take that long throughout your day. You know what I mean? Sit in your car for a few minutes and just be like, fuck, man, I think he's right, dude. You know what I mean? My storage unit's too full and I don't know how to get this fucker out and what do I do, right? But just first of all, the first thing is being aware, okay? So just be aware of shit that's going on. Take some time this week. Any parting words before we leave, Spooky Bitch? Hold on, let me get some of that. Any parting words before we leave, Spooky Bitch, and then we're out of here.
Parting words, just to kind of piggyback off of everything that you said and what you need to do, what needs to be done for ourselves. You're worth it. We might not think we are sometimes, and our head's telling us different, but you're worth it. There you go. Look at that. And you all are, man. I would love to be able to still have y'all as followers, subscribers, and people just around this world, because guess what? The world will be different and way less sparkly without fucking monsters out there howling and watching all this shit, right? Happy, wonderful. But hey, y'all, check in with yourselves this week. We'll see you next episode. Love y'all. See y'all next episode, everybody. Have a great week.